Hello, welcome or welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz and I will be guiding you on this journey today. I keep feeling called to make a little intro. I don't know, like it kind of almost feels like setting expectations. I'm not even, honestly, it keeps like cycling through my brain though to do it. And I feel like that alone is reason enough, to listen to it. So I'm not going to take any card. I'm just going to shuffle and I'm just going to blab for a second. I'm not going to take any cards that come out though, because this is going to be the intro for all 24 readings that I do, because I cannot repeat myself that many times. Like I will legitimately implode. So, tarot for me has always been a way of organizing my thoughts and feelings. When I first got into tarot myself, like some big life things happened. And I needed to organize my thoughts. I needed to organize my feelings, and which is very Virgo moon of me with my Cancer rising, right? It's like, that the over analyzing, write everything down. And literally that's what I did. I had a whole notebook, and I had a page dedicated to every single tarot card. And I went through every tarot deck I had at the time and I wrote down the keywords. I was watching tarot videos on YouTube myself. And anytime somebody would say something about a specific card that resonated with me or was like, ooh, that's actually a really cool perspective or way of like understanding that card or combination of cards. And I would write it down in my little notebook. And then I kind of expanded from there and started giving friends and family tarot readings. But anyway, all of that is to say, right? Like I'm not psychic. I'm not claiming to be psychic. I do know these cards and I trust the cards that come out. I trust the order that they do. I trust the message that is being given to me. So funny. There's the Queen of Swords. And also, that's why I explain each card, because it's definitely part of my own processing, but also giving you information on the cards so that you can use your own discernment. You can check in with your own intuition, because we all have it. And maybe I'm not saying what is coming through for you about a specific card, but that is very much a message for you to honor. So definitely pay attention to that, right? Like definitely pay attention to any type of whispers, feelings, just things that are dropping into your consciousness as you are watching these readings, because no doubt that is a message for you. I'm more than likely not predicting necessarily anything for you. I am probably confirming what you already know to be true in your situation. But also that is very important, right? Because, if you have confirmation that, again, right, like your thoughts, your feelings, the experience, the circumstance that you're going through right now is actually what is going on, then it almost like frees up the energy. It frees up some mind space, some consciousness, almost even like opens your receptors to what's next. Like, okay, that is true. I don't have to necessarily focus on that so much anymore and kind of, spin my wheels on that. But yeah, so again, right? I mean, I may not be predicting anything for you. It's interesting because like, I don't necessarily think that's like my purpose right now, but at the same time, like I do feel like that's changing a little bit for me. And I'm keeping my receptors open, right? Like I'm welcoming the energy however it is going to change, if it does. who knows? So yeah, like I said, I'm here to confirm things. I mean, who knows? Possibly predict shit. But where I thought there was, okay. Like I thought there I saw a card that was turned over. And ultimately allow energy to flow. So anyway, I think that is all that I want to say. For the time being, I can't tell you. I have no clue if I'm going to repeat something similar in the next series of videos. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, it's interesting. We'll see what happens. We go where the energy takes us as long as it feels good. And it did. So we did it. And with that, we're going to get into the readings. Also, before we both forget, hit that subscribe button. Just go ahead and do it. Hit the like button. Leave a comment would be cool too. But yeah, okay. With that being said, let's get into the readings. Great. So this is a reading for Gemini. Wherever Gemini shows up for you. It's so funny because I did that intro the other day and I already want to change it. I can't even tell you what I really said in it. I'm sure it's fine, but I'm already like, yeah, I don't know, say things differently. I don't even know. I'm not going to. I'm not going to change it until the next round of readings unless I just never say anything about it ever again. I'm not entirely sure. But also, that is why it is important to try shit. Like, truly, right? Like, either get it out of your system, get it out of your, speak it, say it, whatever. Try it because, truly, right? Like, I said it, I loved it at the time, and now I'm like, oh, I would change it. Or, like the next time, if I end up kind of giving a little spiel about that again, I would, tweak it, make it shorter too, probably. Shit. I mean, it's like 6 minutes of me just like blabbering. But anyway, I also just think too, it like, the energy changes or like shifts, around the thing too. And it, you get more clarity, more information. So interesting that like, as I was just kind of like getting myself situated and like prepared to, do this reading and sitting down and, setting intentions like I always do and all the things, like that was the thing that just kind of popped into my brain. So I don't really have a plan for the spread. I'm just shuffling until some cards come out. So what does Gemini need to know? What do we got for Gemini? We have the Seven of Cups, options, considering different things. See? I mean, this is water, so it has to do with your feelings and also too, like deciding what feels good, prioritizing the things that feel good. It's like that Marie Kondo effect a little bit of, there's all these different aspects in your life and all these different things that require your attention maybe. And it's like, what are the things, not logically, like maybe a Gemini would want to be, right? Since it's an air sign. but emotionally, intuitively, in your body, what things can you prioritize that feel good? Not, like obligations, shoulding, all of the other stuff I feel like kind of comes from the mind, because no doubt, hello, following, your intuition, following the thing that does feel good, no doubt, you're eventually going to touch on all of these things, and to even like come to a place where it's like landing in the right spot, making the right connections, learning the right things. This is a Hierophant, which is Taurus. And, the Hierophant talks about traditional institutions, but it's like the passing along of knowledge. We have the Emperor and the Two of Wands that came out together. I actually love this because it's fire. Oh, look at, you're at the bottom of the deck too with the Lovers. Love that. Speaking of connections, right? Balance, making decisions. I kind of love that the first card that came out is about making decisions. And sometimes too, the Seven of Cups is like being a bit overwhelmed. Even in this card, we can see here, right? There's these 7 cups, of course. This person behind the desk is like, look at their face, right? They're like, yeah, we've been here for a minute. This is, taking a while. And then this person is like, it can be a little like confusing or overwhelming at times. And again, like I truly believe that it does become overwhelming and confusing when we are too much in our head. And I am so effing guilty of this myself. So thank you for your reading because no doubt I'm going to get something out of it myself, which I always do with every reading anyway. But I love that we open your reading with the Seven of Cups talking about, having multiple things in front of you. And like I said, right, like making decisions based on what feels correct in this moment. And that could change, right? That could change 5 minutes from now. It could change 2 days from now. It could change a week, a month, a year, whatever, right? And until it does change, keep following that trail. Because no doubt, again, I know I was already talking about this, but no doubt it is going to lead you to the next thing, right? Like, because when the energy does run out, the energy is going to be available in the next thing. It just, I feel like it just kind of gets conditioned out of us to follow that. Again, big themes. I think just in general, right? Like, for maybe a lot of people. And if, all of these structures and ways of being and even consciousness and all of these things, right? Like are changing, crumbling, falling apart, unraveling, all of the whatever, shit that's like going on right now. It's kind of like really reconnecting with yourself, really trusting yourself. And like I said, with the Hierophant here, this is... I know I was talking about before traditional institutions, but I don't know if I really kind of went into it or whatever. I'm going to do it again. But it's about passing along knowledge. You could literally be any one of these people in this card. you could be the yoga instructor. I mean, obviously not literally, unless you do want to be a yoga instructor, in which case you could be. The energy is very much available for that. But you could be the person passing along what you have learned just throughout your life, or if you have an expertise in something, like you have education, you have training, you have years of experience, whatever, you could pass that along to somebody, be a mentor, be a trainer, be a, a coach, whatever. Or again, like you could be the person who is benefiting from somebody else's expertise, somebody else's education and experience. I mean, truly, you could be all three in one day. Like, you could be all three in one conversation. you know? I also love, too, the meditation element of this. And especially with it coming out, like, next to, I mean, independent of, but next to the Seven of Cups, because it's a lot of like getting quiet. It is a lot, like with meditation, right? It's learning to observe those thoughts that, I was kind of talking about before, where, these things can't really come from the mind. So it's like detaching from the experience of the thoughts, right? That just like zoom past, or, all just kind of like crowd in there. And it's, again, right, like detaching from them, allowing them to float by, float around, whatever, but not hooking into you. And also, like, in the process of doing that, right, like the energy then, or the I feel like I'm talking a lot about energy in this reading so far too. So clearly there's like a lot of energy moving around you. But right, so it's like clearing out or making space for you to hear your own expertise, because truly, right, I mean, like, you are the expert of yourself, and a lot of that expertise is going to be found in trying things, because like we said before, I mean, you got to try it, you got to say it, you got to, experience it, whatever, right, to like see. And I feel like that's kind of what's happening over here with the Emperor and the Two of Wands being fire. Getting it out. Also, even too, like, I mean, deciding how you feel about being any one of these people. But, again, I mean, it could be meeting somebody who has the expertise that but also at the same time, later in the day, you could be sharing your own knowledge and wisdom and passing that along. And then again, with the Emperor and Two of Wands, I was like looking to see if there was a 3 under there somewhere, because we have the 2, we're missing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So again, like I said, right, like anytime there is any type of progression in a reading, I always, it's like this indicator to me that energy is moving, right? Like you are progressing through energy. So the Emperor is Aries, and we got some big shit happening in Aries right now. So wherever Aries is in your chart, I think if you're a Gemini rising, that would be your 11th house, communities, hopes and dreams. Obviously, like if you're not a Gemini rising, it would be wherever Aries is in your chart. But also Mars is in Cancer right now. I think it'll be in Cancer until mid-April. And with Aries, there's Venus retrograde, Mercury retrograde, in Aries, I think, at least until today. I think they might be moving back into Pisces like within days. And then we have the solar eclipse happening this weekend on Saturday, I think, in Aries. It's the last solar eclipse, like of the Aries Libra, like axis. And Neptune is moving into Aries on Sunday. And it'll be there until October, and then it'll retrograde back to Pisces until like January-ish. And then it'll be in Aries for like 14 ridiculous years or something like that. It's like one of the slower moving planets, right? So anyway, like I wouldn't doubt if, in whatever area Aries is for you, like if you are just kind of feeling a bit of, I don't want to necessarily say like pressure. I mean, maybe pressure. But also I think, let's see. I think Aries does square Cancer. But I don't think that there's much. Anyway, okay, sorry. I'm like kind of veering too far off the beaten path here. But so just big shit, right? And I'm only mentioning that because we have the Emperor out here. And truly, like, the Emperor is going for it. Like, you're not really going to tell the Emperor shit. Like, he is going to. And he, in the sense of just the energy, because it is a divine masculine, right? So it is initiating, it is going after it. It is like, just kind of putting oomph, like, Aries is the ram, right? They like lead with their head and just kind of like bulldoze with that, right? But it's not thought though, right? Like, it's not like leading with their head as far as like logic goes. Like, I don't think that, a ram is like really thinking about it when they are, wrestling with another ram. But it is like following their nature though, right? Which is a bit intuitive. So I feel like this is all kind of coming together. But also, this Emperor, he's sitting outside. There's these constellations down here too. Again, like I was saying, with those transits that are coming up, it's like just one of those things of like the energy. How many times I should have like a tally? How many times I've said the word energy is available to figure it out, even to like create your own map. If it hasn't been done before, it's like document what you're doing. However you want to do that. Write it down, make videos, start a channel. Hey, come with me as I do whatever I'm going to do, right? Like a couple years ago, those videos were pretty popular about like either house renovations or, van life or, whatever. I mean, it doesn't have to be that. I'm just saying, like, document. You'd be surprised, like, how many people would be interested in it, right? Like, and truly, you don't know until you try. Remember? Oh. And that came out with the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is planning for the future. I kind of love how, like, there's these two, the Emperor is like holding his staff there, which, I mean, it looks a little bit like the earth. It's not, but I mean, kind of, if you like squint your eyes and like tilt your head a little bit. And, the figure in the Two of Wands is literally, oh my gosh, what is that Girl Scout song? I think it's a Girl Scout song. He's got the whole world In his hands, he's got the whole wide world in his hands. Right? I think. Is that a Girl Scout song? He's got the itsy bitsy daisies or something, right? But truly, it's like the world is truly your oyster. Like I said, the Two of Wands is planning for the future. It is like, what are the possibilities that like I can conjure up right now? And also again, like leaving space, leaving room for other possibilities to show up, because no doubt they will. Not to mention even like just how vast the sky, and the universe, and like all of it truly is like, what's that saying? Like we're limited only by um the capacity of our own imagination, or something along those lines. Like truly, even in meditation, I used to do this. I should also like do it again. Where like if I was meditating, I would just imagine like a bubble around me, and there didn't even have to be anything in the bubble. But then I would just, kind of energetically push the bubble out and make it bigger by like 10 feet. And then just keep going. Because truly, um, there are no limits except for the ones that we put on ourselves. And that's kind of where like the whole, limited by your own imagination thing. And even if you can't even imagine it, allow there to be space for the unimaginable. There is like the loudest effing fly in here all of a sudden. Like, it's too soon for flies. Did you hear it? I don't, it landed somewhere now, but oh my God. I almost kind of feel like it's like telling me to wrap it up. So yeah. This could even be, putting a plan into motion. Also, dedicating yourself, committing to a plan, putting the oomph behind it. And like I said, at the bottom of the deck here, we have the Lovers, who is Gemini. And it does talk about, let me see. It does talk about making connections. We have these two people here, even the cats. It also talks about, the balance between the masculine and feminine energies. Masculine, initiating, go-getting, right? Like putting some, like that oomph that I was talking about, or muscle, like elbow grease, right? Like all of that. It's the hunter vibe. The feminine of receiving and intuition, nurturing. So it's almost kind of like, as much effort as you are putting into a thing, be sure that you are getting the same amount of rest, or that you are also like being open to receiving. Because even with this Hierophant card, right, it's like learning from other people, but also you could be a teacher, to other people too. So just, kind of that dance, the balance between the masculine and feminine, which is yin and yang, right? And also the Lovers talks about choices and decisions, being decisive. Also too, I mean, even like seeing things, because I think Gemini is good at this, seeing things from multiple perspectives or multiple options of a thing. Hearing other people's opinions, or like being open to other people's opinions or ideas. Not that you have to at all take them as advice, or use them, or do anything other than listening. and maybe you're like, oh, I get, it almost kind of like opens a possibility that you didn't necessarily consider. Very interesting. This effing fly. I'm going to go. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to go find my fly swatter. I feel bad, but I can't. If I can get this thing outside, I'll spare it. But okay. All right. Thank you so much for letting me read your cards. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.